Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Evelyn and today I am back with a video on how you can use your RSA Retail bonds to maximize your cash portfolio. If you are new, please subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning, and let's get into today's video. The RSA Retail bonds are a product that is issued by the National Treasury. There are various bonds available with different terms and different interest rates. But basically how it works is that you apply for a bond and you are paid interest, either paid to you on a monthly basis or reinvested into your bond when interest is paid. Or interest is accrued. Basically, it's just a product that the government has created so that South Africans can be encouraged to invest. Let's now talk about how you can use the retail bonds to build cash portfolio. The first thing that you can do is that you can sequence your cash needs. What do I mean by this? The retail bonds have three categories or three products, right? The fixed term product, the inflation linked product, and the top-up product. Within each category of the products, there are different terms of investing or of saving. For example, within the fixed term retail bond, you've got the lowest term being 2 years and the longest term being 5 years. Within inflation-linked bonds, you've got the shortest term being 3 years and the longest being 10 years. And then the top-up is, of course, on a 3-year term only. How you can use this is that if you know that in 2 years' time, you're going to need money, or you can create a goal that will need to be funded in 2 years' time, and within that 2 years you want to earn a certain amount of interest. So if the interest that the National Treasury is offering at that time meets that need for you, or is attractive to you, then you can invest within the 2-year term. And then you can also create a 5-year bond, because there is no restriction. You can have all of them if you want. You can also invest in the 5-year bond, which then means you will have your money coming in or maturing after 2 years and another amount maturing after 10 years. You can even then go and invest in a 10-year bond, the inflation-linked one, which allows you to follow and keep up with inflation for a longer period of time. So you can have those variations. The following two aspects that I want to talk about, I think they allow you to speculate. So what is speculation? What do I mean by speculating or speculation? Speculating means you have money that is set aside. You have money that you have set aside, and that money is just waiting for an opportunity. The opportunity can be to invest in something new, or to invest in a project that you feel comfortable that it is aligned to your goals. So you can do that with these two options. And because we don't have unlimited resources in terms of cash, we need to find creative ways of speculating, or of being able to speculate and take advantage of good opportunities. And I think the National Treasury has really come through for us as the South Africans. So the interest rates on the RSA retail bonds are reviewed on a regular basis. I know for one, the interest rates on the fixed term bond are reviewed on a monthly basis. the top-up bond is reviewed on a quarterly basis. So those are the things that you can speculate for a higher interest rate. Now let's go into the two options or the two features. The first one is the restart option. The restart option allows you to have a bond that is 12 months or older restarted. Basically, you're starting a bond that has already been in existence, and you're saying to the National Treasury, I want to start this bond from scratch, which means a new term with a new interest rate. So let me give you an example. Let's say you had 10,000 invested in the 2-year bond for 9%. This is an example, 9%, right? Now, the bond is a year later, is 12 months old, and you have earned your 900 rand. Yeah? This is just an example. So now you've got 10,900 rand. And you see that it's July now, and the interest rate on the 5-year term, fixed term bond is 11%. And you're like, how? Now I'm earning 9% and I don't really need this money next year when the bond matures. So why not restart it for the 5-year term bond? And you can do that. You apply, there's a form that you can use to apply and to request for your bond to be restarted. Now your new bond is going to be 10,900 rand as your capital, and for 5 years at 11%. The advantage is that now you've got a higher amount invested, which you didn't need to top up from your amount, from your own personal cash flow. You didn't need, it's money that you earned while invested in the other bond. And then you've got a longer period, which means you're going to be earning this 11% over a longer period. And you've got a higher interest rate, which is the 11%, 2% higher than your initial bond. I think what could be better than that? You literally got free money. You literally had no pains of adding more money. So another thing that you can do is to restart a bond to a shorter term. So for example, you had a bond, 5 years, which is now 12 months or older, and it's left, let's say it's 12 months old and it's left with 4 years, and you realize, actually I'm going to need this money in 3 years time, or in 2 years time. So now you can restart at a shorter period or a shorter term. And I think that is a good thing, because that allows you to not panic in terms of having to incur penalties and all of that for early withdrawal. I think that's nice. So that's the restart option. Please read the terms on the National Treasury website, RSA Retail Bonds website. There is a booklet on the restart option, and you can familiarize yourself with all the terms. The third and final feature that I want to talk about is the top-up bond switch. The top-up bond switch allows you to move capital and interest from your top-up bond into your fixed-term bond or the inflation-linked bond. What this actually does is that it allows you to use the top-up bond as a capital building bond, which also earns very good rates. And the rates, the interest is paid on a quarterly basis, which is more frequent than the normal bonds, the normal being the fixed term bonds and the inflation linked bonds. Then once you have a desired, or you have achieved your desired capital amount, you can then move it to the fixed term bond. again, you will be speculating for a higher interest, or maybe you just wanted to invest a bigger lump sum. So that's the top up bond switch, basically switching a portion or all of your money from a top up bond into a fixed term bond and building a cash portfolio. So that is the end of my video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and in the comments please share with us on whether you have used the 3 options or the 3 features that I spoke about today. Have you arranged your bonds according to the different terms of maturity, or have you used your restart option? If so, what was your experience? I've never restarted before. Also, the top-up bond switch, have you used that option? I have used it at the beginning of the year 2023. In January, I think the rate was about 10.5%. So I took money out of my top-up bond and moved it to the 5-year term bond, which was at 10.5%. And then again, now in July, I have applied for another switch. It's still pending processing at the National Treasury, but yeah, that's my plan. This is not an exhaustive list of the features of the bonds. They have a lot of features that you need to familiarize yourself with, but these are the ones that I wanted to discuss because I just love how you can use them. Thank you so much again. If you're new, remember to please hit the subscribe button and activate the notifications, and also share this video if you found it useful, because your conversations this month of July should be about savings and nothing else. I'm joking. Thank you so much for joining me, and until the next video, bye bye.